Folks, this is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. I'll be clearing up the confusion surrounding the latest stimulus and infrastructure news. Now I want you guys to know this. More jobless Americans are suing their states to get their federal unemployment benefits back. And 2.5 million people across the country have signed a petition calling for a $2,000 monthly stimulus check. Do you support a $2,000 monthly stimulus payment? If so, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
Social Security disability now, more than actually 11 million, more than any time in history. And some of those people can't work at all, but many of those people can't work in the job they used to be in.
Right.
And if we gave them some training, let them keep making a portion of their Social Security disability, but put them back to work, it would be a net win.
Now, folks, jobless residents of Maryland and Texas have filed lawsuits in state courts seeking to force their governors to reinstate crisis unemployment benefits. They joined an effort begun by out-of-work Indiana residents who have yet to see their payments restart despite a court ruling last week, ordering the state to continue the benefits. A judge in Maryland issued a temporary restraining order this Saturday morning, requiring the state to continue paying the benefits that were set to end that day. The three states are among the 26 states that are terminating early at least one of three federal unemployment insurance programs that Congress passed back in March of 2020. In addition to the $300 weekly supplement, the federal programs provide benefits to freelancers, the self-employed, independent contractors, and certain people affected by the crisis, and to those who have exhausted the regular state benefits. According to the Century Foundation, some 4.1 million Americans will be affected, citing workforce shortages. The governors argue that expanded benefits are keeping the unemployed from accepting job offers. What are your thoughts on this, everybody? Should states terminate the federal unemployment benefits early? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no.
Right now is to stand up to those people who are attacking Social Security, not for financial reasons. They are attacking it for ideological and political reasons. We're going to stand up, hands off Social Security.
Now, a Change.org petition calling for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks is approaching nearly 2.5 million signatures. Remember, folks, Stephanie Bone, who owns a restaurant in Denver with her husband, created a petition to Congress, and it now has more than 2.4 million signatures. In a recent update, the restaurant owner said, "Our country is still deeply struggling. The recovery hasn't reached many Americans. The true unemployment rate for low-wage workers is estimated at over 20%, and many people face large debts from last year for things like utilities, rent, and childcare. The good news is that there could be another way to qualify for even more stimulus funds. The Child and Dependent Care credits are part of the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan Act, signed by Joe Biden in March. Do you see, everybody? Those who qualify can claim certain expenses of up to $8,000 for one eligible child, or $16,000 for two or more eligible dependents. Both amounts more than twice that of prior limits. Up to 92% of U.S. families with children will meet the requirements this year to receive the child tax credit, with payments of up to $3,600 per dependent between 2021 and 2022. However, nearly 1 in 10 families with children will not make the cut to get a payment. But in January 22nd, in a little less than 2 weeks on July 15th. But in January 2022, the IRS will send families that received child tax credit payments a letter with the total amount of money that they got in 2021. Now folks, be sure to hold on to this notice because you will need the information when you file your 2021 taxes. Now, a Bureau of Labor Statistics report on the first stimulus checks showed that couples with dependents still qualified for payments at higher income thresholds compared to those who did not have dependents. While the formula is complicated, the analysis showed that the bigger the family, the more dependent pay that they actually were eligible for. Even those payments still phase out for everyone at the same rate. As always, folks, I truly appreciate everyone's amazing support. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
Good afternoon. This week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Democrats brought to the House floor their infrastructure bill. They call it the Invest in America Act. I define infrastructure: roads, bridges, highways, waterways. The Democrats, unfortunately, they've expanded the definition of infrastructure in this bill, and they focus a lot on Green New Deal policies that ultimately would be...
It's a complete show of disrespect for working class families, farmers, and small businesses. He is proposing more than $69 trillion of spending. That creates more command and control over the lives and livelihoods of every American.
See it through. So the president and I are strongly backing the bipartisan infrastructure framework. It would be the largest long-term infrastructure investment in nearly a century in our country. It would be even bigger than the Hoover Dam. And it would create a whole lot of jobs for carpenters and joiners and tradespeople of all kinds. Carpenters, we need your help. We need to get this framework across the finish line. We need to help folks understand what's at stake and understand that we have an opportunity as a nation right now to not just recover, not just to incrementally get better, but to leapfrog into where we not only need to be, but where we should be and where, most importantly, we can be. And I want to be clear about the jobs we will create. You may have heard that the President and I are determined to be the most pro-union administration in our nation's history. Proudly. So the jobs we create through the bipartisan infrastructure framework are, you don't need to guess, going to be good union jobs. Because, and you all know why. It's just a reality. The reality is, when workers are heard, when unions are strong, our economy is strong, our nation is strong, our people are strong. It's just a reality. So that's where we stand. We're going to get this infrastructure deal done. We're going to grow our unions and support working men and women in America. And we're going to build, like the president likes.
Transmission lines, the largest investment in clean energy transmission in American history. Power outages cost the U.S. economy up to, now this is, we know this, but until you add it up, it doesn't seem to be that big a deal. It cost the economy, Congressman, $70 billion annually. You hear me? Nationally, $70 billion annually. And as climate change induces extreme weather events more and more frequently, we need to make investments to build a more resilient grid to carry this electricity. Majority of the nation's grid is aging.
Funded by tax increases. For example, the bill provided an estimated $276 billion for green